This is J.G. Hertzner. You're listening to NX 7062 Podcast.
Yes, you are listening to the NX 7062 Podcast. I am your host, Stephanie K. And once again, joining me, I got it right again, 2 weeks in a row. Randy Frank is joining me. with his ears that seem to be so popular, his headphone ears.
I love it.
And I am so glad that you guys have joined me. It was a rainy, miserable day here in Jersey. You know, for some reason,
really?
I've gotten in this habit of starting off all of my podcasts with a weather report because I just know everybody is just so interested in what's going on here in New Jersey.
There's no weather in space.
That's true, but hopefully one of these days, seriously, one of my biggest wishes is to be saying, okay, it's the NX 7062 Podcast coming to you from sunny Los Angeles, California.
It was very sunny today. It was sunny and 78.
Well, we were warm, but it was raining.
Oh.
Delaware got hit with tornadoes. I'm like trying to watch the People's Court before this, and all of a sudden it got interrupted with tornado warnings for Delaware.
We're in Delaware.
Well, you know what, though? The president-elect is from Delaware, so I guess we should all be concerned about Delaware now.
Awesome. I don't want to be concerned about anything related to politics at all, ever, again.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, Robert. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you 2 weeks in a row. I did put out a call to Magic Lasso. I don't know if he's going to show up. And I forgot to go grab my stamps. I promised everybody I was going to show my Royal Mail
I still
stamps.
need to order. You sent me the so soon. Thank you.
Link.
You sent me the link, and I haven't ordered them. I have so much going on all the time.
I know.
It never ends.
So look, directed at you, Randy.
But I take the time to come do the things.
Yes, you do take the time. Well, it's complete self-interest because in a little bit we're going to be talking about our thing, but we'll get there eventually. Oh, wait, wrong side. Where are my notes? Do I not? What did I do?
Uh-oh.
Oh, there they are. You know what? I tell people all the time, I am like old school when I do notes for the podcast. I don't type them. I put them in notebooks. The problem
I do
is
that
I have
for my work notes too. For some reason, I find it easier.
You know what? Cursive is eventually going to be a lost art.
It already is, I think. Yeah,
but
I don't teach it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like writing longhand. But I've gotten out of this habit, and I probably should get back into it. I'd like to talk in the beginning of the podcast about things that Star Trek actors are doing outside of Trek. Because,
love it.
Yeah, well, because we all love all of our Trek, but except for Disco, there's no current Trek. So what about those actors that we absolutely love? I could watch Enterprise 1,000 times over, but it's fun to see those actors doing other things.
And you do, yeah.
And you do.
You can watch it, and you do watch it over and over.
Over and over. Hey, somebody else from Lambda Quadrant has finally admitted they are now an Enterprise fan.
No, I am a fan. I did actually really love the series. It's just fun to poke at you.
No, I know. It's fun to poke at me. It's okay.
I loved it. I totally loved it. I talk about poor Jolene all the time. I'm so sad that she's not doing more and she's not at the thing so that we can hang out with her, because I honestly think she was amazing on the show.
She was amazing. I mean, that was tough because, she had Spock and everybody to build on, but they did things to that character, the whole Trellium thing where she was, yay, magic glasses.
They brought out a lot of Vulcan lore with her, so.
Yeah, exactly.
She had to carry that.
We learned so much, but she was addicted to some. She was basically mind raped because back then mind melds were verboten.
Right.
She really got to do a lot more, I think, for Vulcans than Spock did, because that was so sad. And
she got the aid.
The entire Vulcan culture was in this huge upheaval in the 4th season. Because her Vulcan culture wasn't even the Vulcan culture that we end up with in TOS.
Right, yeah.
They had to go through a whole nother metamorphosis because they were actually corrupt Vulcans.
Oh,
in fact, they just, if you're watching it on Heroes and Icons, they just got done that 3-episode arc, which introduced T'Pau, which Amok Time is my favorite TOS. So they introduced the High Priestess T'Pau.
Okay.
Okay.
I always love to bring the British vernacular in because I don't watch TOS and say I'm not a tosser. I don't.
But you are a tosser because you don't watch TOS. Amok Time is the episode where you find out about Pung Far.
Oh, okay, that I know about.
And they beam down to the planet, and T'Pau, the Vulcan High Priestess T'Pau, is overseeing Spock's wedding. So Kirk's like, oh wow, his family must be high up if the High Priestess is here. And T'Pau's claim to fame was she is the only person to ever turn down a seat on the Federation Council.
Oh, okay.
So that's how you meet her character in TOS. But since Vulcans have these wonderfully long lifespans, they introduced a very young T'Pau in Enterprise.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So you got to, so I always thought that was really cool. You actually got to see a Vulcan wedding. T'Pau got married in season 4, and they like, she's like, I could call the Kali Fi. I'm like, that was a direct reference to Amok Time, because that's what Spock's wife did so that she wouldn't have to marry him.
I see.
So, see, that all went over your head because you're
way
not a
over my head
tosser.
because I'm not a tosser. It was just never my jam, and like I feel like it's so hard to get into now. Maybe I don't know. I should go back and try again. But yeah.
No, we'll do it. We'll do it when I'm out bugging you, because we're not going to have anything else to do. Because Outdoor Dining's Club.
I know. Pick good ones though, and that would be fun. That would be a fun activity. We could even live tweet it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and Magic Lasso. We'll get Magic Lasso to watch at least one episode. So we have to pick one with a Batman villain in it. So it's got to be Let This Be Our Last Battlefield or Friday's Child, which are 2 absolutely incredible episodes. Or, I mean, is Joan Collins like a gay icon? Is Joan Collins like one of those actresses that... No. Okay, because I was going to say Joan Collins is in City on the Edge of Forever, which is another really good one. I'm trying to think. I know there's more Batman references than just Julie Newmar and Frank Gorshin, but those are 2 really...
Julie Newmar.
Well, yeah, now Julie Newmar. But yeah,
how can you not look at her and just use the word statuesque?
Statuesque. You can't. But you know what? If we're leaning towards Wong Fu, this is just literally a shout out to Magic Lasso, because there's another movie called Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, that I don't know, Randy, if you're familiar, you probably are.
Oh, I'm very familiar.
So there's a musical now.
Yes.
Which I did not. I did not know, but I was flipping around on my Sirius stations the other night, and I stumbled across the Broadway channel.
Yes.
And I went, wait, does that say Priscilla, Queen of the Desert? And I'm like, yes.
No, it's been a show for a while.
I did not know
it
that.
ran here at the Pantages, and I also, I should. That would be fitting. A friend of mine, who I don't think you ever met, Chris, but he was the 3rd founder of the place that shall not be named. He was in the show that ran up in San Francisco, and I flew up to see him in the show.
Oh, that must have been awesome.
That was, I mean, obviously last year, but yeah.
Magic Lasso is the one that told me about it, because he's like, well, if you like Wong Fu, you need to watch Priscilla. And when I saw that Terrence Stamp was in it, I went, if I'm going to see General Zod in drag, I am going to watch this movie.
Absolutely.
Terrence was amazing. He was so good. I mean, the whole movie was good, but I'm a huge Terrence Stamp fan.
Yes.
And yeah, I was all about, like, if General Zod's going to be in drag, then you absolutely have to watch it.
It's super fun.
The Enterprise incident, yeah, we should watch that. That's one of the Romulan episode. Yes, you can skip. We are not watching Spock's brain. That is a really stupid episode. Sorry, Domestic, but Enterprise incident is the Romulan episode. Where Mark Leonard plays a Romulan. Most people know him as Spock's father, but he also played a Romulan.
I feel like they flipped those actors.
Well, they did. They totally flipped those actors.
They're connected though, so it's fine.
Yep. So, but the one thing I wanted to mention, there were two projects that other Star Trek actors have done that I wanted to mention, and surprise, surprise, Dominic Keating's in both of them.
Oh, that is a surprise.
But Garrett Wang is also in both of them.
Oh, cool.
So one of them, I literally just found out about over the weekend. I saw somebody post on Twitter about it, and I came home and watched it on Saturday. It's called The Auteur Theory. It's sort of like, I would call it a satire of oh, that was Journey to Battle. I thought that was Enterprise Incident. Oh, all right. See, I feel better that I'm not as good with titles as I think I am, but all right.
I don't. Yeah, I don't even pretend.
Yeah. See,
I'm so bad.
I pretend, but I pretend with the wrong crew because then I get found out.
There you go.
But Mark Leonard did play a Romulan in something. That much I know. But the Auteur Theory is kind of a satire of the independent student film industry, like student films and like the whole independent film industry. It's kind of like a little dig at it, and it's very funny. And Dominic is in it, and Armin Shimmerman is in it, and Garrett is in it.
Oh,
and
fun.
I think as somebody who is involved, obviously, in independent film and such, I think you would get a really big kick out of it because it's
that's fun. Yeah, for sure. I'm sure I would get a kick out of that because that definitely sounds like something I could relate to.
Yeah, because they do definitely go over the top with there's definitely some exaggeration over the top stuff, so it's really funny. But
they would have to, yeah.
Yeah, and it was 2001, so it must have been right around the time that Dominic landed Enterprise.
Oh, okay.
The one thing I will say is it's supposed to take place at the BBC, and then they walk outside. And I'm like, yeah, that's definitely not England, and that is definitely not the BBC. Because I actually know where the BBC is because I've seen it in other shows.
I was gonna say I know what it looks like because of French and Saunders, so I know what the front of it looks like. Sadly.
Oh, don't get me started on French and Saunders. I love them. I am rewatching Vicar of Dibley.
I have the DVDs.
A Vicar of Dibley? Are you?
No,
French and Saunders. French and Saunders, absolutely fabulous. Vicar of Dibley, all of that. Jennifer Saunders is just probably my.
Where's the dog collar?
She's probably her and See, who played Patsy? God, I feel terrible because I can't.
Joanna Lumley.
Thank you. Her, Joanna Lumley was in a couple episodes of Are You Being Served?
Oh, I didn't know that, but I could totally see that.
Yeah. Thank you, BritBox. If anybody out there is a fan of British television, BritBox is so worth the subscription, and I don't know why it took me as long as it did to subscribe because
That's so awesome.
Ha. That is it. Haha. Yeah, I get it. That's yeah. Hey, Johnny. Thanks so much for coming out. Okay, and here we go. See, there we go. All right. So, Auteur Theory is the first one. The other one is something new. It's not out yet. It's called Phoenix. It's a series. It's supposed to be streaming starting in 2021, and it's Phoenix_series on Twitter. And it's espionage and all that fun kind of stuff. And it's a thriller. And again, Dominic Keating and Garrett Wang are in it. No idea what it's about.
Okay.
It doesn't even have. I went on my.
But
IMDb.
We got to support regardless.
Yes, you have to support. I went on my IMDb page on the Pro page, and there's not even a lot of information on IMDb Pro. So.
Oh, okay. Under wraps still.
Yeah, but it looks like it's a female-driven. Like if you go on Twitter, please follow them on Twitter. Just because I want to support it but it looks like it's a female-driven project, which is amazing.
That is amazing.
And yeah, it's espionage and thriller, and hopefully Dominic's playing a bad guy because I think he does amazing when he's playing a bad guy. Hence I'm dragging the DVD with me. We're gonna watch Hollywood Kills.
I have it. You don't need to bring it. I have it.
You promise? Okay.
Yeah, right. I mean, we definitely watch it. I have it, so it's just I haven't seen it yet.
I know. I've sent it to a couple different people, and only one of them has watched it, and he's like, "It is so bad." I said, "I know. It's so bad. It's good."
I have to find the time.
I highly recommend it because, like I said, on one of these days, I'm going to sit down with Dominic and talk to him about what kind of character he likes to play because he seems to really do well doing like the villainous.
It's so fun.
It is, and he told me already he had so much fun filming Hollywood. Like when I asked him, the first thing I said to him, I'm like, "So can I talk to you about Hollywood Kills?" And he's like, "Oh, I love." Like he lit up. So I know he really enjoyed it.
I do table reads of sci-fi movies with this group, and every single the first one we did was they're all unmade movies. So one of them was the original final Star Wars script before Carrie Fisher passed, and they couldn't use that script anymore. And then another one was I don't remember. Like it was like in the Captain a Marvel universe. It was in the Marvel universe. It was, but
Mhm.
one that they didn't make. But in all of them, I've played the like mega villain, and it's just so much
It's
fun.
so much fun. Well, and like
It's
I
just so
said,
much
I don't because the horror movie podcast went so sideways with Nikki's connection. Nikki's
Oh
connection.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but the one thing that Dominic did say, because I mean he got to kill people, and I'm like, that's the only thing. It's like you'd think it would be fun to like shove a bottle down somebody's throat or whatever, but it's so technical. It's like that's
It is.
not the fun
That's not
part.
fun. Yeah, the fun part is yelling at people. Yeah.
Yeah, the fun part is like I'm going to kill you now. Robert, Hollywood Kills is available on Amazon. You can absolutely like pop over to Amazon and grab yourself a copy. It's like $10. I got mine for $10. So I highly recommend it. Unless Amazon brings it back. It was on Amazon Prime. The only reason I actually invested in the DVD was because
That's why I have a whole wall of DVDs, because that stuff disappears, and like if I want to watch it, I want to watch it.
yeah, and like I said, like Desmond's, which is my favorite Dominic Keating thing outside of Star Trek, because it's so funny. Because it's a British comedy, and I adore British comedies. But I had to invest in the DVDs, and I'm missing the last two series because series is the British term for seasons, but I'm missing the last two seasons because they're not out. So first of all, I also have to say that we have to talk about The Mandalorian really quick. Did you watch?
Yes.
Okay. But that's the other thing. David Prowse passed away, and for those of you that don't know who he is, he was the man inside the Darth Vader suit. He was not the face that you saw at the end of Return of the Jedi when Luke takes his helmet off. The man spent 3 movies, and they got somebody else to do that scene, which I thought was a ripoff. I thought David was just completely ripped off. And then Hayden Christensen made noises. Like, I think Hayden was really in the costume at the end. Like, I think he's like, I want to be in the Darth Vader suit. So
I would.
Yeah. But yeah, so David, in fact, Doug Jones, I retweeted Doug Jones's tweet because he said something like, I'd never met you, but we're brothers in the under the rubber kind of.
Oh yeah.
That was really sweet. So that's the one I chose to retweet. But what really annoyed me was that I have my Alexa set up to give me news every day.
Right.
And it just, you pick the news outlets you want to hear from and she reads them to you basically.
Yeah.
But she's like, the actor that was inside the Darth Vader suit, and they never said a name. And I am yelling at my Alexa, he has a name. It's David Prowse. Whoever gave.
Yeah, come on.
I'm like, rude. They're like, the actor who 86 died, and I'm like, he has a name.
Like, say that guy's name. That's rude.
Like, yeah, I thought it was really rude. One of my Star Trek buddies actually posted on Twitter. He did meet him. He had like at a con a while ago. So I'm like, oh, you suck. But all right, now this is the spoiler alert part, because if you watched The Mandalorian, Baby Yoda has a name.
I know.
And I don't want him to have a name.
I don't want him to have a name either. They waited too long. Like the middle of the second season, you give him a name? No, that's rude. You should have given him the name at the beginning.
But it's so cute. What was it? It's like
Grogu, I think.
Grogu. Yeah, I keep thinking Georgiou, which is terrible. But
that's not it at all.
But that's not it at all. But yeah, but it was like the first time the Mandalorian said it, the look on Baby Yoda's face. Like,
I know. And then every time he's like, ooh, ooh. It was,
you know it. You know my name. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
But it was really intense, because she basically was saying he's going to end up like Anakin Skywalker.
Yes, I did catch that. Yes.
Yeah,
it's like I've seen that. No, you don't want to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
he has that attachment to him. I was like, oh, that's so sweet.
It's like, but that's terrible. He's a baby. Grogu. Thanks, Robert.
Grogu. God damn it. I need Rosario Dawson to come in here and tell me what it is, because she told him. She's like, he has a name.
All right,
it's
so
not kid.
Look, Holocon.
What? We don't even have to plug it ourselves.
And look, it's somebody that reads my posts that I put up, because that's where he got the names from, because I put the panels up on our social media.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Well, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks
For
reading it.
Yes, thank you for validating my entire existence within Lambda Quadrant, which is yeah. And to do things like text Rock Lofton going, are you going to come and make up for the fact that you really screwed up last time trying to do Vegas? For anybody that went to our last Holocon, or anybody that didn't, we had Sirach Lofton. This is why we had Sirach for the last Holocon 2. The problem was Sirach is amazing, and he really wanted to do this, and he committed to doing it. But he thought that he could do it on his drive back from Vegas to LA. And Randy, who has done that drive, could have probably told him not to be even relying on his cell phone while he's riding back.
Narrator, he can't.
But I think Ciroc is basically cursed, because the other thing that everybody knows, if you watch the Seventh Roll podcast, the running joke is, as long as Ciroc's fan is spinning, then you know he's live, because if you see his fan stop, you know his video's frozen. So it has happened enough times that people are picking up on these.
That there's even a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is a thing. But Ciroc is going to be joining us on Sunday. And Ryan Husk, who is his co-host from the Seventh Roll, is joining us on Saturday. We're having a game show panel.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's
going to be fun because you get to come and you get to name the prop that Randy's going to pick. And maybe this time I'll figure out the Enterprise prop, because last time you put in a universal translator.
They're always fun.
No, they are fun. And people come and they guess. Christine was so on when we were doing it at Virtual TrekCon. So I think
yes.
I think we have to disqualify her when she shows up. We'll be like, right. You can't play.
You're too good. You can't play. Good for her, though.
You good? Yeah, no, it's funny. I've got a personal, because my dad and I, we are name that tune champs. We are just
oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so we the whole family went. This was a long time ago. We went to a dude ranch up in upstate New York for a family holiday. And, they have other activities besides horseback riding. And one of them was a name that tune thing. So my dad and I entered.
Oh, cool.
And we blew everybody else out of the water. There was one other person that got to answer one question. And so the day that we were leaving, the guy that came in third come up to my dad. He goes, "Are you guys playing Name That Tune again?" And my dad's like, "No, we're leaving." And the guy's like, "Good."
Sorry. I've never tried, but I don't think I would be great at it. I guess it depends, the genre. And
well, yeah, that's the thing. Period. But there used to be in this arcade when I lived in State College. There used to be an arcade game that was Name That Tune, the game show, where you could bid on.
Oh, fun!
Yeah, I mean it's kind of hard to play in a noisy arcade, but it used to be my favorite thing. Screw Pac-Man, I want to go play Name That Tune.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, all right. So we've covered the Mandalorian. Baby Yoda has a name, but it's still the Baby Yoda show, because
still the Baby Yoda show.
But I just thought that was really interesting, and I thought that was he's been trained. I don't know. You kind of
right.
He's actually been trained as a Jedi. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Well, he's 50 years old, but
yeah. Well, yes, but that's just weird, because he's still a baby, but he's 50. But so somebody trained him. The other thing that had my jaw dropping was when the girl, I can't remember her name. I'm so bad with names. But when she said, "Where's your master? Where's Grand Admiral Thrawn?" Because for those of you that don't know, back in, I guess, the 90s, it had been the mid 90s, when they were talking. When they came out with, there was this big hullabaloo of this Star Trek or Star Wars trilogy that was coming out that was supposed to be the sequels. That was supposed to be what happened after Return of the Jedi.
Uh-huh.
And it was by Timothy Zahn, and I actually met Timothy Zahn and got his autograph. And that was the novel. That's where they introduced Grand Admiral Thrawn, was in the novels.
Oh, okay.
So now, unlike the 3 movie sequels that said we're not doing anything out of the novels, Favreau's what the hell? The novels were pretty good. Let's do this. So that's going to be interesting.
Okay.
Because the Grand Admiral, in the novels, and I'm sure this is going to be how it is, was the only non-human that the Emperor allowed, because the Emperor was actually a purist. That was the whole thing. You never saw aliens. They hired bounty hunters, but if you look at his rank and file, they were all humans. You never saw an alien within.
Right.
So that was the big thing. He was the Grand Admiral Thrawn is the only alien that ever was in. Yeah. So there's that whole thing. So that's going to be. So I can't wait to see where they go with that.
Yeah.
And you knew Baby Yoda wasn't leaving, but
I know, but you keep feeling he's it's time to drop off. I was like, don't drop off Baby Yoda. You can't do it. It's I don't want to watch the show anymore.
I know, exactly. It's like, yes, it's still called The Mandalorian, but it's really the Baby Yoda show. And if The Mandalorian loses his sidekick, then
what's going to happen?
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be interesting because now like he was tasked with finding Baby Yoda's people, and his people said you have to. It's like it's almost like go to Mount Sali on Vulcan. That's all I was hearing, which is like go to the Jedi Temple and put him on the thing. But now, and she's like, the baby's going to choose his path.
Right. Yeah.
So what if the baby's path is to stay with the Mandalorian?
Well, it better be, because
So yeah, so that's I guess
if they want us to keep watching the show, it will be.
yeah, exactly. That's what's going to be the thing. That's what's going to be their out. Like he's charged with returning the baby, but
Right.
if the baby chooses
But
him,
the
that'll
baby
be their out.
chooses. Yes.
And
yes,
the answer to this question, General Grievous.
Yeah. Well,
That was in the prequels. Well, once again, the movies, but see, that's the thing. The movies don't follow the novels. So the novels decided at the time that the 3 movies never had an alien within the Empire. So yeah, right. That was Clone Wars, but that's what I'm saying is that the Lucasfilm has always said that we're not following the novels. So the novels can say whatever they want, and Lucasfilm can ignore them. So obviously they did General Grievous because they were ignoring the novels. So, all right. So now Holocon, moving on. We're talking about Holocon.
yes.
Because there's a third one.
Which we promised everyone because of STLV or ST55QPPPP LMNOP or whatever the hell it's called now.
Yeah, yep. 55 LV. So since everybody has to wait to August, we're not waiting.
Yeah. Well, they did technically cancel it for this year because it's something completely different next year.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
If they canceled it, then we would do it.
They're up to 86 guests now.
That's a lot of guests.
There are people. I guess when they started talking about the vaccines and everything, I think people are starting to feel a little bit better. Good. Creation's probably feeling a little bit better, but Mary Wiseman just got added.
I love it.
I told everybody. I told the Lambda Quadrant crew.
I hope I get to meet her. I love her so much.
Yeah, we need to invite her to something. We need to have something. So
invite her to anything.
Invite her to something.
Yeah.
So I'm still working on, since it's going to be back at the Rio. I think I'm still working on like an opening night party because Creation never does anything on opening night.
That's true. Is Mary in the D&D group with the other guys? Do you know? I can't remember. I know Anthony posted who was in it, but I can't remember if Mary was part of it.
What do you mean? What do you mean by D&D group?
Anthony and several of the actors are in a D&D group, and I can't remember if Mary is one of them.
Oh, did not know that.
You're not paying attention on Twitter, then?
No, I pay attention to other Star Trek people on Twitter.
Okay, well, Anthony Rappin's other people in the cast are in a D&D mission, and I can't remember if Mary's in it or
do you
not.
play as in Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes. Well, no, I don't play, but I'm just thinking like that's an in if we did play and we could start or at least come up with something.
That's what I was saying. Are you going to learn how to play? The only thing
I will if I have to.
I watched the cartoon, and the only role playing game I ever played was actually the Star Trek role playing game. It's the only one, and I only played it a couple times at a friend's house. But yeah, I've never played D&D.
No, I haven't.
It looks very complicated.
It is.
Yeah, I just no.
But fun.
Well, no, I would rather play Monopoly Unicorns versus Llamas because it's just a lot
It's the intersection of geeks and actors. Is D&D.
Yes, no, I agree, and it's definitely an in, and we should ask other people within Lambda Quadrant if anybody knows anything about D&D, because then
we can go check Anthony's Twitter because he definitely posted exactly who was in it.
Okay, yeah, because we could have a D&D night.
How cool would that be?
How cool.
Be like, so we're having a D&D night. Do you guys want? They would totally be in.
Yeah, exactly. And then we could just sit around and go, okay, we totally did this just to learn.
No, I will do my homework.
It's like, okay, this has spectators, right? So we can like sit around and cheer for Randy because none of the rest of us know how to play.
I will do my homework.
No, definitely do your homework. Like I said, I am just not, I don't have that kind of patience. I don't have patience for cosplay either. Anybody that knows me knows it's like I have the utmost respect for cosplay, especially like the really intricate ones.
Yeah,
Like Anna in our group.
yes, no, I love it. I wish I had more time to do more of it. I just never seem to be able to find the time to like actually do it. So
Well, you seem to do okay when it comes to throwing on a blonde wig and running around the convention going,
that I can do. That I can do. That was not a difficult one.
Yes, and if anybody is venturing out to Vegas for 55 LV or whatever, the actor who played Ronan in Sub Rosa is going to be there.
Oh yes.
And Randy has decided that he's going to we're going to dress him up as Ronan and see if we can get like a dueling Ronan thing going on.
I'll bring the candle.
Yes, you will. There you go. You can be the dungeon.
I can be the DM. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I have to learn all that, but I can do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're the one that gets to hide behind the book and tell people.
Exactly.
But you're also, I think, if I remember my Dungeons and Dragons correctly, that means you're the one that has to come up with like the whole story.
The whole story. Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true. It's true.
In all of your spare time.
Right. Exactly.
Do that. How's my couch doing?
It's great. I would say I can do it on the plane, but I'm driving, so I can't even do that.
Well, you drive.
That's true.
Well, at this point, we're looking at maybe you won't have to put together an entire group of people.
What do you mean?
Like to carpool, because you were saying that if there were Star Trek celebrities that didn't want to drive, we were going to do like the Lambda.
Oh, right. That's true. Yeah.
So, I mean, if flying's still an issue for some people,
I'll take somebody out. I can drive Nana or somebody out. If they
yeah. Bring Denise. She'll supply the.
I was gonna say I drove through the desert with her Coke last time, so
yeah. See, now if you got Jackie Cox again, then Jackie would be the queen of the desert between Vegas.
That would be so great. We got stuck in traffic on the way home. Like, I mean, I had to drive her home, obviously, but we got stuck in traffic, and it was like 6 hours or something getting home. So we had a great chat drive on the way back. It was awful. I hate that drive so much because that always happens.
Oh, there you go. The Lambda bus.
Lambda bus.
The Lambda bus. We'll paint rainbows on the side of it. And...
Somebody sits on top with the...
Oh, definitely. Like I said, just get Jackie to like do the thing. The only thing I can think of is because I mean I've seen Tu Wong Fu like so many times and I've only seen Priscilla once. I can think of like John Leguizamo in the back of the convertible.
Yes.
The drag princess.
Yeah.
The drag princess. I think and Terrence falls into this category too. I just think that the fact that you've got Patrick Swayze and Wesley Snipes and John Leguizamo, very masculine Hollywood type,
right?
And they're like, yes, we will do this and do it as well.
Like, yeah, and they were like in it. Like we just watched it recently too. They were all in. Like nobody was like phoning that in. They were all in. It was hilarious. It's so good.
I miss Patrick Swayze. He was so. I know, but and Stalker Channing. I mean, I love her. But so yeah, great. It was just such a great movie. I mean, when Patrick, because I can't. God, Vita. When Vita threw her husband out the door, and it was just so, I always cheer.
Yes, definitely.
I always cheer. I'm like, you get him, girl.
You sure cry a lot in this room.
That, and of course, again, just shout out to Magic Lasso. I believe at some point they played the theme to Wonder Woman during that movie.
They do, yes, when they're all like getting dressed. Yes, they do.
Yeah, see, so I think that's probably why Magic Lasso likes it. I am still waiting on my comic book. I had a conversation with him today, but the minute I get it, maybe I won't unpackage it until I get it and then do what's called an AOK, which I don't remember what the hell it stands for, so forgive me. But you do like this unboxing on camera so you can show people.
AOK. All right.
Yeah, it stands for something in the community, in the comic book community, and I cannot. And if Magic is paying attention, he can yell at me. Where is it?
During the cleaning scene,
yes. Yeah, the cleaning scene when they were fixing up the room.
Yes.
Anne Marie.
Oh, that's right. They're throwing the stuff on the wall. And they're like, blue.
Yeah. Act of kindness. Thank you. See, I love you.
Okay.
Thank you, Magic Lasso. Yes, because this is amazing. Hi, Anne Marie. So glad to see you. But yes, to follow up on AOK, in the comic book community is an amazing community. And if you need something, if there's something you've been dying for in your collection and you're part of this amazing community, sometimes if some other collector has it, they will just send it to you.
Wow.
Magic Lasso has gotten some amazing, and that's what his channel is. If you check out his channel, he does these unboxings where these amazing other comic book people have sent him things and he doesn't know what they are, and he just opens the box on camera so you can all share the excitement.
Oh, cute. Okay, got it.
And he's gotten what's called, let me see, I'm really rusty with my comics on a slab. If you've ever been to a convention where they've been selling comic books and you've seen them encased in plastic.
Yeah, okay.
So you can't really read them, and they have a rating on the top of it, like quality. That's like the quality.
Okay, all right.
There are 2 companies that will rate your comic books. So if you've got a comic book, like an original, like the original appearance of Superman in Action Comics went for a couple of $1 million. Because it was graded like at a 9, like the high,
Right. It was really
so that's and people have sent him slabbed comics, like high rated slabbed comics, just because they have them. And so it's just this big circle of like pay it forward.
That's fun. That's really nice.
Yeah, it is. Okay, let's see.
Does anyone have the Sailor Moon comic I'm missing?
What?
So does anyone have the Sailor Moon comic I'm missing? I'm just kidding.
Before, if you don't mind, what did you think of the 2 episodes? Here's the deal. That last line, those last 2 words, elevator shaft. I don't like anything that woman does. I'm sorry.
Yes.
There's so to get kind of back on track. Lambda Quadrant, one of our members, Nikki, she ships hard for Picard and Beverly. That's like her ship. Yeah. Like, okay. And I respect. I mean, I see exactly where, to the point where season 2 of TNG does not exist.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, and I have to admit, I don't like Dr. Pulaski. I didn't like Diana Muldaur. I found out that she was in original episodes of TOS. I have nothing to do.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Yeah, forget it. No, I don't like. But the other thing that she did that I didn't like her in was she was in LA Law. She played Rosalind Shea. I mean, I can't believe I remember these things. She played Rosalind Shea. She was an attorney, and she was a bitch in that too. And she was a character everybody loved to hate. And she was actually dating one of the managing partners of the firm. And they decided when she was going to leave that Rosalind would make this huge exit. And she and Leland were having this back and forth while they're walking out. And she hits the elevator button and she's not paying attention. And the door opens and she sees it. So she steps in. There's no elevator. It is just the shaft. And she falls to her death. Diana has been kind of, like, that's her new nickname within Lambda Quadrant, is just
elevator shaft.
Because
that's where we want to send her.
Exactly. So, and honestly, I know she was in 2 episodes. She was in Be There, No Truth and Beauty. I always screw that title up, but the one where Spock went blind, and so that's not that one. That's the other one. And I'm not sure I know which.
Sorry, Anne-Marie.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. I'm assuming that's because you totally support everything that we just said.
I totally support her going down the elevator shaft.
So I'm not
sure. Lift.
So I'm not sure which one Insanity is, to be honest with you, Domestic, because I only know the other one more. But yeah, if she's in it, then I'm going to tell you right now, I probably don't like it. No, seriously, I'm just not a fan of, and I don't know if it's her. I mean, I've never met the woman, but it just seems like every character she's done, I can't stand.
I know.
She tried to, she basically tried to kill Spock in There Is No Truth and Beauty, or whatever the hell that title is.
Yeah.
She basically tried to kill Spock. She set him up. And, I don't know. I don't remember the other.
That's like Louise Fletcher, like fucking Kai Wynn, man. God, I hate her. I hate her so much. Oh, she's terrible. I don't hate Louise Fletcher. I hate Kai Wynn, but like, oh my God, you know?
It's not Truth and Beauty. There's something like Be There No Truth and Beauty, or Is There No Truth and Beauty? It's a longer title than Truth and Beauty. I that much I'm almost sure of. If somebody else, because I can't, honestly, because I was typing some stuff while Randy and I were talking before the show, I can't like go research it and still sit here and vamp. So if somebody wants to go look it up and tell me what the title of that particular episode was, but I am 90% sure it's not Truth and Beauty.
It's gonna haunt us forever.
It is gonna haunt us forever, at least until we're done this and I can go and look.
That's true. That's true.
So like I said, I mean, we've got Holocon always educates as well as we have fun. Does. But we've got some amazing educational panels that we're really excited about.
We do, yeah.
We've got one, God, and I can't remember. How to make conventions how to make conventions accessible to people of every disability or every ability, I think is what we just,
I can't remember the title, yes.
Yeah, I mean, we're terrible. We are terrible.
Terrible with our own titles. I told you I can't remember Star Trek titles, much less my own.
We can't even remember our own panel titles, but you know what? Just go follow Lambda Quadrant because I posted that last week.
There we go. There it is.
Just go. But no, we have some disabled persons that actually that I'm friends with, and it sort of unfolded from some ideas we got when we were doing our Zoom thing for virtual TrekCon last month. God, right, everything COVID. It just like merged.
I know.
The last time that we did virtual TrekCon, we had this amazing. We were given this amazing ideas, and one of them was that disabled people with disabilities feel like they're underserviced at conventions.
Right, and so, that's totally fair, right? Like I can totally see that.
Yeah, exactly. So I remembered from my volunteering days with Creation back in 2018 when I was doing photo ops that I had met somebody who I stayed in touch with on Facebook who was in a wheelchair. And I thought, well, he's perfect. He could talk. Well, it turns out this is what he does for a living, is educate people about this stuff. So we're like, well, I guess you're not just coming, you're leading the panel.
Yeah.
So he's leading the panel with another friend of ours who uses a scooter to get around. So it's going to be me and Randy and then Chris and Rachel. And that's going to be our educational. But then we've also got some really fun.
We have other ones as well. I mean, we have one about, which is, I thought it was a really good twist on it too, because it comes up a lot, the gatekeeping one, where we actually have a psychologist coming in to talk about it versus just Star Trek fans complaining about gatekeepers, which is completely valid. But we actually have a psychologist coming in to talk about the psychology of gatekeeping in Star Trek specifically, but fandoms in general, I'm sure as well. So we have that. Should be an interesting panel. I'm really interested to see what happens with that one. Because I'm not planning all of them. So I'm running the show, but I haven't planned all of them. But
okay, so let's see. These are from Anne Marie.
Yes. You know what? I think she deserves worse than
you didn't finish it. You got to say it a couple more times. Make Anne Marie happy.
What?
Your little yes thing. Send Kai Winter.
Oh yes. No. But no, she deserves worse than a turbo lift shaft. She needs to like be jettisoned out of something in like a tornado of fire or something like that. She deserves worse than just a turbo lift shaft. Yes. She needs worse.
Yes, that's see, good. Exactly. So exactly. You do not need to work out any weekend that you come to our convention.
Right.
You can skip the gym.
Skip it
because we're gonna do. See? Thank you, Robert. There you go. They're in Truth, No Beauty. That I think that's closer. He put a question mark after that, so I'm going to assume that you didn't look it up, but that's really close. That is really close. Is Gates McFadden a follower of Lambda Quadrant? Actually, I believe she is. Is she not?
I don't know if she's following us on social, but I know her.
Yeah. I mean, was there a particular reason that you're asking that question? Because I mean, we could probably get a message to Gates.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Gates is lovely. I've had the pleasure of meeting her a couple of times. And I think Randy has as well.
Oh yes, indeed, many times.
Yeah. So I mean, we love Gates.
She's a delight.
She is a delight, and she speaks French, which I love about her because I
she
dabble.
A lot of time every year in France. She spends a lot of time every year in France.
Yeah, and I used to actually dance ballet a little bit. So
cool. Yeah,
not anywhere near. That I spent 9 years dancing ballet. Not my thing. After I spent 9 years bitching, I wanted to take karate. So
Well, she's very lucky because of her training and everything. She fell last year and hurt herself, but because of her training, she was not nearly as hurt as she would have been.
yeah,
So it's a good thing that she had that.
yeah, exactly. She had this. She sort of was workshopping when I was on the cruise. She was workshopping this one woman
Oh
show that
yeah,
I got to see. So good. So
I
good.
heard good things. I heard good things.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. But I don't know. Where it ended up, and of course now with COVID, everything gets pushed back. But hopefully that'll be something that is a thing because it deserves to be
Yeah,
seen by other people, and
definitely.
because
Yeah.
it would be an excuse to get her on the podcast because be like, hey,
Right.
I mean, listen,
You never know when she might show up too, because it happens. We get
yeah.
random people that pop in and show up all the time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still trying to figure out how to get Dominic Keating on this podcast. I mean, everybody
There you
knows
go.
that, but now that he's got a new series coming out, I'm like, might not be a bad time to reach out and be like, hey, you want to come on and
What's going on?
promote your new thing on the new series?
Right.
Because and then I figure if I throw in, oh, by the way, Connor did my podcast back in April.
There you go. That's how you do it.
Well, you know what? They are friends, and they do have that healthy competition thing that
I know.
guy buddies do. Return to Tomorrow. What's Return to Tomorrow? Second episode of what? I'm trying to see this. I love the fact, I love to watch the chats go by, but sometimes depending, you kind of lose.
Yeah, there's a delay. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and you kind of lose the train, especially since stuff's coming in from YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but that's the other thing. We are going to be on Twitch and Facebook Live.
Yes, for
Holocon, because Twitch is awesome because we have so much fun on Twitch and because it opens us up to an amazing other community. But the other thing that everybody knows that our Holocons are famous for is fundraising. We always do everything for a cause. So Holocon for a cause, and it's this time around. It's for Fair Fight.
Yes.
Which is a committee that was founded by Stacey Abrams from Georgia. And for those of you that don't know, Stacey, who is a political powerhouse in the state of Georgia, is also a huge Star Trek fan.
Yes.
So when I invited them, when I emailed them and said, hey, listen, we really want to do this with you guys, because we never represent a charity that we don't talk to first. And I said, listen, we want to do this for you guys because Georgia is so pivotal.
So pivotal, so important. We're going to be driving that home.
Yeah, exactly. So we really want to do this. We love you, Anne Marie, so much. So I wrote to them and I said, listen, this is what we're doing and we want to include you. And by the way, we also want to invite you if you've got anybody, hint, hint, we're Star Trek related, hint, hint. Right. If you've got anybody that you'd like to have come on, we'll do a panel with them to talk about whatever you want.
Yeah.
I didn't come right out and say, by the way, tell Stacey.
Right.
Unfortunately, because they're so pivotal right now and because they're fundraising, they want to educate. That's the other thing that you love about them. I mean, they want to educate people about why voting in Georgia right now is so important.
Yes, and they are doing such good work. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but because they're that busy, they don't have the bandwidth to send anybody.
Which is fine. We understand because that's what the whole point is, to get the work done. So we will do it for them and do whatever we can.
Yeah, but the other thing too is because we are planning to go to Vegas, a portion of the proceeds that you donate this time around is also going to help us get to Vegas. So it's the majority. What did we decide? 60-40, I think. 60, so the majority, the majority is going to Fair Fight. But you want us in Vegas. We want us in Vegas. Vegas costs money because because creation.
Because creation.
So we have applied, and actually, thankfully, that CBS isn't involved anymore. Getting a booth at Vegas is a little bit easier. So, so we've got a booth, and we sort of need to put roofs over our heads and such. So anything you guys. Yes, Anne Marie at
We will
Betsy.
definitely make it worth your while if you're there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for all you know, we could be throwing gold press latinum out to the
true.
Out to the crowd because Randy is, besides the man with the plan that came up with these amazing ideas and brought this lovely group together. He is also our production house.
Yeah. True.
I have this feeling if I end up out there, I'm going out there. I say this like every week, but I'm hoping still that I'm going to be able to make it out there for New Year's Eve, for like right before New Year's Eve and like a little after. I just have this feeling I can see Randy being like, all right, so this is how my t-shirt press works, and here
while I'm working, here's a bunch of t-shirts that I need you to make.
Yeah, exactly. And like, here's the button press, and here's the 3D printer, and can you glue these together?
Yep. Paint these. Yeah,
exactly. The only thing, and I lost I don't know where my Horgon necklace is. Randy made these amazing Horgon necklaces.
Oh yeah.
And he gave me the only glitter one for my birthday last year. And I don't know where he went.
Oh no.
He disappeared. And I know you hated doing the glitter, so I can't be like, make me another glitter one.
No, you can't do that at all.
No, because you said the glitter was terrible.
It was terrible.
But Randy also has gazers, so hopefully we'll have some gazers.
Yeah, I haven't made one in a while, but I got to get back on it.
Let's see. Hold on. You can restore comic books if you have a T.
Oh, no way. I do.
There you go.
Do I just buy old comic books?
You guys could go into business together.
There we go.
Lambda Quadrant Party cracks me up so much every day. Yeah, there you go.
I love making the Horgons. Those are fun.
Yes, exactly. And obviously, when you carry them around Las Vegas during a convention, people are going to ask you about Jamaharon. So
they will ask.
They will ask, or if you wear
prepared.
if you wear a T-shirt that says you're fully functional. That too. Next time you come on the podcast, you're wearing that T-shirt.
Okay, I can't do that.
Did you? That?
I did make that, yes, and I also make the ones that I make the ones that are the Mean Girls Star Trek crossover that says "Boo you Horgon."
Let's see what this Kitty Cat Ears comic book pressing in T-shirts Inc.
See, there we go.
Ryan,
setting up the LLC right now.
Yeah, there you go, Magic. There you go. Put that together. Let's go. I want a 10% finder's fee for introducing you to you.
I mean, you're already in the group, so you would definitely benefit from it.
Muhammad, oh my gosh. So, Anne Marie, stop. Look. Oh my God, that's awesome.
How cool.
How cool is that? Everybody, this is Muhammad Noor. He is an upcoming guest on the podcast. I found him for December 14th, which is obviously a Monday night, which is actually Hanukkah. So yay, that's my Hanukkah gift, is Muhammad's coming on.
Oh, cool.
Muhammad's coming on for one of the nights of Hanukkah. That is amazing. He is you please correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't done my research. Muhammad asked me he's like, do I need to know anything? Do I need to research anything? I said, no, you're my guest. I need to research you. But he is actually a scientific advisor on Discovery.
So cool.
Which is amazingly cool, and which was his golden ticket to get him on this wonderful show.
I would love to do that. That sounds like so much fun.
But here's the thing, and I have to tell all of my wonderful viewers out there now, hopefully who will be joining me in a couple of weeks. Can't believe it's going to be a couple of weeks. He can't talk specifics about disco.
Of course not.
We even something that's already aired, I don't think he's allowed to talk about. So
gotcha.
So it's so yes. It's all very it's all very locked down. Science consultant. There we go. Of course, cool. I'm so glad that we got to meet each other at Virtual TrekCon. So
seasons 1 and 2, but not 3.
Yeah. All right. So get your questions ready now if you have any questions about seasons 1 or 2. Like, okay, so the Vulcan Science Directorate has decided that time travel is not possible. So Muhammad, you're going to tell us all about how time travel is possible, and the Vulcan Science Directorate was
clearly
wrong.
It's possible.
Clearly it's possible, and they were wrong. And that's actually a reference to Enterprise, in case anybody missed it. It's like they spent like 4 seasons. The Vulcan science director. Yeah, and how many times did you guys time travel?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So get your questions ready for that because I am really excited to be talking about. Uh-oh. We are going to get along
Stephanie,
so well.
you need to stop paying people to say that.
To say that? Yeah, exactly. Everybody thinks that I must have sent Callie drugs or something to get her to say that she now likes Enterprise now that she's rewatched it because she has like this whole new appreciation for it. And I'm like, where have you been? I mean,
right.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. I always liked it. I watched it when it first came out. But I started rewatching it in 2016 after I met Connor and Dominic in New Jersey. And that's kind of where I got my newfound appreciation for it. So as far as it being my favorite show, that kind of started in 2016. So I have a lot of years to make up for where it should have been my favorite show. So I think that's why I'm an uber fan right now. But I mean, for anybody that hasn't noticed, you can see my logo up in the corner as a complete ripoff of the Enterprise badge from the show. But for anybody out there that's ever wondered this, as long as you change a known logo at least 30%, and then you are no longer infringing on copyrights.
Yeah.
So the fact that I took the Enterprise out, took out the word Enterprise and replaced it, that is enough so that CBS cannot come after me. So I actually have a little store on Teespring. So you can actually buy like podcast merchandise.
How cute.
Isn't that cute? It's just I don't advertise it a lot because there's not a lot of options. And what I really want is an NX7062 ball cap that looks like the NX01 ball cap. But I'm having issues setting it up in Teespring, so I may pop over to like Zazzle or something and set it up there.
Oh, lots of things happening. Okay.
Yeah, the only problem is again COVID is making it very hard because they're like saying like they don't have ball caps and stuff. But yeah, exactly. So
we can no longer manufacture ball caps because of COVID. What does that?
Well, no, we just can't. We can't get a hold of them because they're from overseas. I'm just so excited. So Mohammed, we're not talking about Discovery. Then it's just going to
be Enterprise. Sorry,
Enterprise. I don't care if you work.
Sorry, buddy. You've opened that can of worms.
Yeah. Anybody that listens to this podcast on a regular basis knows that I will work Enterprise into a conversation, even if we're talking about something completely different.
Right, like lettuce. It doesn't matter. Just anything. Yeah,
all the time. And it happens in the Lambda Quadrant meetings all the time. All the time. Yeah. The link to the Teespring site. That is a very good question. All right, Randy, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can actually talk and look something up on the internet at the same time.
Walk and chew gum at the same time.
I don't know. That's really tough, Randy. You might have to carry things, but it's not
I can't. I've never done that before.
You're an actor.
I'm not going to be doing it for 10 hours next weekend.
You're an actor. Pretend this is your podcast.
Oh, that's true. There we go.
Act like it's your podcast.
I just need a minute to warm up. I can't just do it. Actors are people too.
No, seriously, I thought you were like an autonomous collect. No, sorry, that's a Monty Python. That was a stretch for a Monty Python quote.
Yes, that was very much a stretch, but still a Monty Python quote. So I'll take it. I will take that.
Oh, were you a Python fan as well?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, so we are totally. That's just something else we can add to like the list of things that we're gonna do.
Yeah, I haven't seen Holy Grail in a while. I'll wait. I'll hold off and watch it.
Oh my God!
Oh, yes. This could be yours. What, the curtains? No, the land, but I don't want land. I don't like it.
Oh my God! I'm going to singing.
Nope, not while I'm here. Oh my God, so good! I love it.
Yes. Okay, the other thing that's like semi-Trek related, and Randy, I think is getting tired of me talking about this. Right. But I have what is it that oh my gosh, riff tracks. I don't know if anybody else
Oh, yeah.
is familiar with riff tracks, but do you know how many Star Trek and Star Wars riff tracks they have?
That's fun.
And riff tracks actually has its own channel on like Samsung or Pluto TV. Anybody that doesn't have Pluto TV, it is a free download. You sort of kind of need Pluto TV because they have a Star Trek channel.
That's fun.
And it's right now all it's freaking showing, literally all it's freaking showing is Star Trek The Next Generation, but it's a really great way to it's like a default. Like if there's nothing else on TV and there's nothing to watch,
Yeah, throw that on.
throw it on. But Pluto TV also has a riff tracks channel.
That's fun.
Which is I am really trying really hard to get like the link to
Wow, it's real tough.
to my things. I'm like, I think I'm doing okay. Kinda
Yeah, it's
like
fine.
doing
We
things,
that's funny.
but talk
we
more
do.
about Holocon.
Oh, more about Holocon. What else? What other panels do we have? Oh, we have a game show. That's the like the one last time for you guys who enjoyed the game show. It went over so well that we decided to have a guest panelist with us. That's Ryan that we were talking about before.
Yep.
And we're going to do the same format where we, slowly reveal the thing and have people guess. We are not keeping score because it was so crazy trying to keep score. So no one actually wins, and also everyone wins. But we had so much fun. Oh, there's the link. We had so much fun last time doing it, so we decided to drop that in as a fun panel. So not only educational, don't worry, we're not only going to be educating you, we will also be entertaining you. You already win just by showing up. It's amazing. And we do also have, oh, what's that? That's funny. We all are also going to do at the end of the con, right after Sirach's panel, we're going to have a virtual meet and greet, and we're all going to be in the Zoom room, and we will not get Zoom bombed because we will only post the link in a video during the thing so that you can see it. But we're going to have a virtual Zoom room so you guys can come hang out with us after the convention as well, which is new for us. We're always trying to keep up or come up with new stuff in addition to the stuff that worked in the past that people love. So some new stuff this time.
Yep. And yes, I did post the link. I did find it. So thank you guys for being patient, and Randy for kind of helping fill in the gaps.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully I didn't have too much of like a resting bitch face while I was like concentrating on trying to figure out where the damn store was. It doesn't have that much in it, but I mean, I would love the support. It would be great if you guys want to have like little things with like my logo on it. That would be awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, I don't like Spock's brain just because it's a lame episode. It's just like brain. Where is brain?
Okay.
And Leonard Nimoy spends.
Glad I didn't see it.
These women literally steal Spock's brain, and so like Dr. McCoy hooks up this thing, so Spock's body is like wandering around without a brain for the entire episode. So it's basically Leonard Nimoy just like walking around like a robot for the entire episode.
Okay, that's strange.
Also, don't like the changeling. In case it's like, you know what's really funny is, and I find this with music too. Like I said, like I'm really good with name that tune, and I can name a tune that I hate just as quickly as one that I love, because the minute the one that I hate comes on, I'm hitting the button.
You turn it off. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. So like the Changeling is a TOS episode I do not like. So I know its title. So if I happen to like turn something on, it's like the jam, like bye. That's funny. Yeah, like any Anne Murray song, like you play me an Anne Murray song, I can name it in half a note, and I'm like, I'm out. I'm out. Don't get me started. I don't like Anne Murray.
Okay, well, that get you started. I'm not saying one word about her
at all. But yeah. So it's interesting. Like sometimes you focus. Sometimes you can focus. Like I don't like Precious Cargo. The Enterprise episode Precious Cargo. Is just, it's terrible. Padme Lakshmi can't act.
Okay.
It's the episode where he found the princess. They had a cryogenically frozen princess, and this ship broke down, and Enterprise being Enterprise, oh, let's help. And they lied and said that she was frozen because they were transporting her and they didn't have enough food and whatever. So it was just easier to freeze her for her trip.
Yeah. Right.
But Tucker was trying to fix everything, and then he accidentally woke her up, and it turns out she was being held captive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not okay.
See? Thank you. Padme Lakshmi can't act. she's beautiful and she's exotic. They were like, she had the look, obviously, that they were looking for, but she can't act, and it was a lame episode. But
you know who can act? Famke Jensen.
But
except in X-Men 3 that we don't talk about.
Oh my god, I just saw a riff track dig on that.
It's the worst fucking movie.
No, the riff track dig was so perfect. They were showing a commercial on the Riff Tracks channel, and they were showing a commercial for the riff that they did on X-Men 3, and it went something like, okay, so the creators of X-Men saw Superman Returns and says, oh, so you think that's a bad movie? Watch this.
Jean Grey was never boring. What are you doing?
I love that they ripped on X-Men 3 and Superman Returns, which is something else I can't stand. But okay, so Precious Cargo is obviously, it refers to the cryogenically frozen princess.
Right.
But there's a scene where the princess and Trip are on the planet, and Trip is once again running around in his boxer shorts, his boxer briefs.
Wonderful.
And I've decided that scene is more about the precious cargo than...
That is the precious cargo.
That is the precious cargo.
The banana hammock is the precious cargo.
Yes,
order.
Exactly. That is the precious cargo.
Did your wall just fall down?
Yes, it did. Oh no, not the wall, the camera. The camera moved.
Oh, it was very jarring. I was like, something just happened.
Sorry. My camera is actually balancing on a little Darth Vader. Look, I'll show everybody. This is what I use for a camera stand.
That's ridiculous.
Because my monitor is too thin for the frame of the monitor is too thin. But this, obviously, Darth Vader's domed head doesn't exactly work either.
Right.
So that's about as good as it's going to get for right now. All right. So, Anne-Marie, what were you barfing at? Oh, you didn't like Perfect Mate either? I sort of liked Perfect Mate. The TNG episode Perfect Mate?
Yeah.
I liked it.
That's why I said I was talking about Femke.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I liked well, see, the thing is I'm also a Buck Rogers fan, sort of. And Tim O'Connor, who was Femke's handler until the Ferengis knocked him out unconscious. He was in Buck Rogers. He played Dr. Hewer for the first 2
cute. Okay.
seasons of Buck Rogers. So it was that. But no, I like the whole I am for you Orica Volt. I just like the whole empath thing. And I like Femke. I think she's
I do love her. Except X-Men 3.
Well, no, when I met her at Wizard World, I loved her. I told her I loved her in Nip Tuck. That was an absolutely intense. And she actually played a trans, and this is something that I think we should talk about. But she played a transgendered woman in Nip Tuck. And it was, did you see it?
No, but we don't do that.
It was interesting because it was years ago, so it was one of those like, did they handle it the way they should?
That's what they all. No, they did not.
I thought you said you didn't see it.
No, I didn't. Well, casting a woman as a trans woman, they immediately did not do it correctly. It doesn't matter what the content does not matter. They did not do it correctly. So.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. I love the. See, this is what I love. And you know what? It's so funny because I remember having this conversation with somebody where they were saying how part of the reason why virtual conventions couldn't be as cool as in-person conventions is because of the camaraderie that you miss. Well, there's side chats going on here that have absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about.
See, there you go. It's happening.
Oh, wait, here we go. And the same guy who wrote the horrible X-Men 3 also wrote the Dark Phoenix movie. Why does he get a do-over in his
I swear to God.
I haven't even watched Dark Phoenix yet. So it's just one of those things I just sort of like, is it worth it? Should I watch it? Should I not watch it?
Wet Blanket Sansa, I'm not a huge fan of, so I don't know.
Oh, wait, maybe I did see it.
Did you?
Was there some scene where she like blew up New York, like they were in New York City and like maybe I did see it.
I was gone by then.
Yeah, I did because she was possessed. She was possessed by the alien thing, I think. So yeah, I did see it. But see, look how bad it was. It's like usually superhero movies stick with me, and this.
Yeah, not that.
Wait.
Oh,
let's
that's
see.
cute.
Yeah, exactly.
Totes.
Exactly. See, and then
I mean, it's not the same, but it's a different kind of thing.
right, and it's just something we can all look forward to meeting in person when we finally do, hopefully make 55 LV CD XY.
LMNOP, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I hope they do like settle on a hashtag.
Right?
I mean,
like something, y'all.
I mean, technically, I guess they could. I mean, what's a CBS cannot sit there and do like you can't use the hashtag STLV.
I mean, I guess that's true. It doesn't say Star Trek.
Exactly. And what are they going to do? Go after every single person that types in STLV?
Well, they can't do it for people. I think if the official company is using it, they can probably tell them to stop, but they can't tell people to stop.
Right, exactly. So, well, are we look at that. See, you're making
We are
up for the
past
fact
time.
that you had to ditch out last week because
I
you
know.
had something to do. You're allowed to have a life. But so you're making up for it because now it's already after 11.
It's true.
So come hang out with us at Holocon. I will be sharing the links through my pages. So it starts at 5 p.m. East, 2 p.m. West, Saturday and Sunday. And we have amazing closers both days because we've got Ryan helping us close on Saturday, and then Sirach is closing on Sunday. And then if you haven't had enough of us after 8 hours, then you can come hang out with us on Zoom.
Please do. We'll be there.
Please do, because we're really, I mean, you think we're good when we actually have things pseudo scripted out. I mean, we're so much better off the cuff.
So much better.
And besides, you can never get enough of Randy and his kitty cat ears.
It's true. They'll be there.
Yeah, I think the hashtag for Randy should just be "What's New, Pussycat."
Oh, Tom Jones.
Oh, Tom Jones.
Yes, they were. Agree.
Yes, they were, and we were so.
They
honored.
did a great job. They did so much stuff. Like, wow.
All right, seriously, Randy, look at this. This is like the third time she has.
Yes.
Oh, thanks. Well, Robert, if you're free this
Absolutely.
weekend, come hang out with us at Holocon because I know you can't get enough of us. So come hang out with us. At Holocon.
That too.
Yeah, but seriously, and if anybody seriously, thank you, Domestic, for asking for the link for my t-shirts on my Teespring. There actually is only one shirt on there. It's a tank top because I like tank tops. Trying to get Randy to do Lambda Quadrant tank tops, which I might end up doing when I get out there.
There we go.
Be like, you want them, you make them.
There we go. Here's the press.
And let's see. So go buy a shirt. Join us for Holocon.
Definitely do that.
Yes. Oh, no, but definitely don't go buy. Yeah, go to my site.
Yes.
Oh, Domestic, you're awesome. Thank you for hanging out. Yes, I know we're going to see you, Anne Marie. You are such a wonderful supporter, and
I can't wait.
We totally appreciate it. I feel like there was something else I wanted to say, but I guess not. So just come hang out with us this weekend, and come hang out with me every Monday. Come hang out with me and Mohammed on the 14th because he's going to be here. So you have time to get your science-y questions ready. Mm-hmm. So I can be like, "What's a star? What's a planet?" I mean, I guess I have to do a little more research than that.
A little more research, yes.
A little more research than that. And I guess maybe I'll be teaching Randy how to refresh comics books at some point.
We'll do it live.
There you go. Sounds fun. All right, guys. Thank you, as always, for hanging out. Everybody have a great week. And as always, live long and prosper.
This is Nicole DeBoer, and you've been listening to the NX7062 podcast.